Well, first of all, it's a bit of a break that you've had, of course. How's it all gone?
Yeah, it's probably one, obviously we've got the injuries and people, it might have been good for you, but I think we wanted to play the game. Pitch was bone hard, so there was no chance of that. Players were in working, so it's not like we rested them up. The players were in working, which they needed to do because we'd given them some time off previous, didn't we? The week before, 10 days before. So it's gone well. We haven't picked up any fresh injuries through that, and then the players have worked hard, and it's just given us a little bit more time to prep for the next two games that are coming.
Can you bring us up to date with where you are with injuries?
Yeah, well, Joe White twisted his ankle. It's touch and go for Saturday, so we're gonna have to wait on that. It's Thursday now, so we'll have to wait over the next couple of days. He won't kick a ball between now and Saturday. Zach Williams has been out running, which is a real positive. He's looking good. We'll hopefully get him some minutes in the Bristol game, which would be good. Chris Long's out running, which again is really good, but obviously this weekend will be too soon for him. Joel Taberner's made really good progress. We're hoping the timescale for him to return is along the same line as Chris Long. Charlie Finney is booked in for an operation on the issue he's got. He can continue to train and try and play the minutes, but we'll probably miss him for around 3-4 months after he's had the operation. That he's done everything he can, Charlie, to try and ease what's going on in his calves. But now the time's come where he needs to go under the knife, and hopefully that sorts him out.
Elliot Nev, okay? No problems there?
Yeah, sorry, Nev, yeah. He just got a little bit of swelling in his calf. It was mainly from a kick, I think. So, yeah, he's fine. Fit for selection on Saturday.
Fans are like, they all want to know how everybody's going. I know it's a long process with Jack Powell. What progress is he making? Yeah,
he's at home, Jack. I haven't gone around to see him yet, which I am going to, but we've been texting. The operation went, they always say it went as well as it possibly can. It's more of a routine operation, that type of thing these days. So it went really well. He's a positive guy anyway, isn't he? He's obviously got his kids to look after, so they're probably keeping him busy. But he's moving around in a bit of discomfort. But as far as up to yet, he'll be back in Monday. He'll come in and see everybody on Monday. He's as positive as he can be.
Just as you get your preparation done, when the wintry weather comes in, the one thing about this football club is you can always turn to the Dome.
Yeah, we can, but I try and stay out of it as much as possible. The players need to be on grass. The obvious with AstroTurf, changing direction, all that type of stuff. But no, get your raincoats on and we go on the grass.
Unless you've been up to the moon, everybody will know that David Artell's now associated with Grimsby. Does that make any difference to this game?
Absolutely not. No, for me and Dave, we've got jobs to do in terms of looking after our respective football clubs. We'll prep exactly the same. I'm sure Dave's trying to introduce some of the things he wants to in the short period of time he's been there.
The one thing for him, being the away manager, he'll probably know more about your set of players than his own.
I think there's been a bit of a turnaround. He'll know some of the young ones, but we've had a bit of a turnaround, and I'm pretty sure he's got more to worry about than our players.
Last time out, you took a point from Sutton, where you deserve the 3 points, but you're still right in the way you want to be. How much can you get out of that game into the next game, which has been a couple of weeks away since you last played?
Yeah, you reflect back. It's hard sometimes to speak to you straight after the game, and you have to turn into manager mode straight away again and think about. I've had time to reflect on it, and the Doncaster game. If we'd have drew that and beat Sutton, it'd have been a good 4 points. It's just obviously the other way round, and so it was a good 4 points in a short period of time. There's loads of positives to carry on taking. The style in which we played, the manner in which the players acquitted themselves throughout the game. We just couldn't get that ball bouncing either side of one of our players to tuck it away. Something we've looked at, obviously looked at the goals that we've conceded and where we can do better with that. And we'll go to work on that this morning.
It's one game at a time, as you always say, but if you can get that result at the weekend, it sets you up nicely for what is now a heavy schedule for you.
Yeah, an exciting schedule. I love this time of the year. I always did. I think the old cliche players prefer playing than training. We can make sure what we're doing between the games is right, so we're looking after them and they're prepared for the games the best we can. But no, an exciting time. We've got some tough games coming up, so it's in teams in and around us, and I assume there'll be, by the time the back end of Christmas comes, there might be one of them teams in and around where we are. Brilliant fixture on the Tuesday against Bristol, you know, with the winners taking a really good tie away at Norwich. So really excited, and I'm sure the players are.
Well, there's been some celebrations for you since we last spoke as well, of course. First of all, well done to yourself and Kath for officially getting married now. And also, of course, 3 days ago, I think I've just worked out, it's 12 months as the manager of Crowley-Zander as well. And if you add to that, you're on the shortlist for the manager of the month for the second time this season. Yeah,
been a good week then, hasn't it? It's been a good... I've actually missed... That was a year. I've missed it. I've had a lot going on. I obviously got married. Brilliant day. Apart from my kids, probably the best day I've had. And becoming crew manager. But no, long overdue. Yeah, and then nominated for manager of the month. And I think that's just pleasing for the staff, for the players, because they're working so hard. And I keep saying it, and I keep using the same words, because they are. They're a pleasure to be around, and I think it's just an indication for all the staff, all the players, how well they're working, how we are going in the same direction, and we want to achieve something, you know. So it's real credit to them more than it is to me.